30 that is, you know, that bad, I think is a sign of a really, really good team. They're still holding a top position on the leaderboard, even though they're being chased quite well by Tempo Storm. But here we go. Sanhok, match 28, second of the day, halfway through today's games. But we're still back in the jungle.
Should we talk about the plane again?
I mean, sure.
Great plane.
Great plane.
Great plane.
Good job plane. Very well built, good accommodations, good meal options as well. Floating down. I mean, it's you know, what's there left to say right now?
I mean, the one thing I want somebody to set up on this Lazarus early split.
Yeah.
We've obviously seen a couple of times them try and take control of the northern bridge, just coming out hot in, but never really catching off. And actually, as I say that, a wildcard hot drop in Lazarus right now.
They might be. You said you wanted to see someone post up on it, and that might be what wildcard are doing. We see Sharpshot and Mystery flying right now. They're both quite uncontested in their own drop spots.
Actually, it's just they're dropping onto Uncivil. Luke and Halo safe off to the north. Kurt's over at the compound by the bridge. Uncivil now is going to have to back away from this because all four of Wildcard have committed to the east side of this bridge.
Yeah, and Purdy, who's the player up to the northwest of him, isn't exactly in a position or even kitted out well enough to go for the assist right now. And so Civ's going to have to fall away. He's in a compound. He's going to get some loot of his own. I'm curious if Wildcard are going to want to push aggressively onto him. But this is also a maneuver by Wildcard, not only recognizing that Lazarus played these aggressive splits, but also because if the circle's not on the northwest island, we've seen how they've come into the circle quite late. It's another central one, a fair bit of water into play.
Just an interesting one. A very similar circle, but look at the difference in P1E's drop this time around. P1E have actually sent D-Treats over to that compound we talked about in the previous game.
Yes.
You know, that prime compound in Circle 1. We've actually now got D-Treats and Lampalot with David off to the south as well. These guys are looking in a fantastic position for Circle 1. And we've already talked about why, you know, to the north of this compound, it's difficult to play through Circles 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. We'll see where everyone wants to move in this time around because the circle is also a little bit more towards the north. Where we saw Wildcard and Lazarus drop is a little more playability around that. Let's talk about that swamp area, as you call it, east of boot camp for a quick second. It's not it being closer towards the center. How much does that change the playability of the northern side? That, in a way, almost gives it a little more breathing room around this area. I
mean, this circle in particular, because of that swamp, obviously Genesis dropping into boot camp, they can pretty much chill. If they can get a compound outside, it's a huge bonus, but they don't have to move in this first circle. The big play comes from this hill over to the east, and that's where it becomes interesting come Circle 3.
So I'm looking to hear a wild card. I don't know their loot. I mean,
I like this though. They're out. They're active. They're looking for. They know that Uncivil's off on his own. Uncivil actually wrapping back to the north. I think he's completely bamboozled.
He avoids.
They're expecting him to be in his compound.
Exactly. He was able to avoid them. Well, good rotation, good pathing by him to keep out of harm's way. And the rest of Wildcard, I don't know how much loot they were able to get from that single compound.
I was gonna say it could cause a problem now. All four of them dropping into the same spot and moving this early to try and hunt this kill down. That could actually damage their equipment situation.
Countered though by the fact that they have a good opportunity to get center quite early, and look at Endemic right in front of them. 2 are still in Paradise, but 2 have pushed down to try and get an early positioning. If Wildcard moved quickly, they could easily capitalize on that if they, if they find it out, if they discover it, or even Crispier and Wolf leaving Paradise could run directly into the 4-man squad of Wildcard.
We actually see, Tempo making the same move as last game, getting into this compound early. They've taken the vehicle out from Pineland this time. So all 4 of Tempo are going to make it to that same compound at the crossroads. P1E trying to pressure that away. I'm surprised that D3's actually retreated from that. I'm not sure if he had a vehicle and he was getting crashed, so he bailed, but I mean, P1E had the compound that the Tempo now occupies. So I'm not sure on the decision making there.
Yeah, I mean, at least they grouped up as 4, that's fine, but who's not 4 is going to be Zenith, who lose Kendo. NB get another pick off in the early game. This time it's going to be untraded, unlike last round, right here with the QBU and QBZ combo. But here's Wildcard still pushing up onto Endemic. Wolf and Crispy are able to get in front of them, not caught out, and they've almost grouped up as 4. I don't know if Wildcard are watching this.
I was going to say, this is actually really bad because Wolf is right next to him. I don't think he has any idea that Wildcard are here. You can see Adam just prone on the tree here. He might even be able to catch Wolf off guard. No, Wolf is going to pull away. That's lucky that he didn't come north side of that rock. But Wolf probably going to be able to regroup now. But Wildcard, with all the information now about Endemic's pathing.
I suspect So, because Adam didn't push onto that. I suspect that they didn't know that it was only 2 leaving Paradise Resort.
Yeah,
they may think that it's the full 4.
I think so, too.
And so and because it's really difficult to find information on Sanhok with the high grass, with the tree cover, it's a smart play. Hindsight's 2020. We obviously have the mini-map, but I like the mindset that Wildcard are in here. And it's not about position that they're holding down right now.
I mean, Endemic managing to get 4 up to this compound. Actually, that gives them a great route onto the hill south, which is one of the ones I've talked about, you know, controlling the swamp. But again, we see Genesis make the same play. They're 2-2 split exactly the same as they were last game. United making exactly the same move coming into boot camp. We have Sonics up on the hill to the west here. I mean, this is kind of almost rehearsed.
A little bit. Lazarus don't have to push so far south now. That Swamp Hill that Endemic have control over is not going to be so contested in the early game just because those few hundred meters towards the north that is playable. I could see Lazarus just chilling in Paradise Resort right now. Riot Squad here. VZ's made...
VZ feeling himself
yeah, he
right now.
is.
Look at him.
Shift W, that's all you need in this game. But he's pushed forward and he said, hey guys, no one's shot at me yet, so just come on in, cross this river, get across the water.
I think VZ's actually going for the same compound that they held all of last game. So he's immediately going for that same game plan. Obviously seeing a similar circle, they want to repeat.
I mean, he's going to spot out that it's free as well, so... I mean, if they can get another win off of this exact same maneuver, this is going to be really good. He sees an open door. So someone at least looted here.
Well, P1E loot this, I'm pretty sure. This is one of P1E's drop spots.
Yeah.
And obviously, they regroup to the north because that's closer to center. But VZ should be able to get the information. If they got this uncontested last game, I mean, there's no reason not to look for it again, right?
Yeah, I mean, you'd think that he would wait for backup before pushing in just in case someone's hiding. No.
Nah, he's feeling hot off the whip.
All right, let's go then. Confidence is king. Pick up a little extra ammo. But yeah, it's going to be a free compound for them to grab. No fight at all outside of that one Zenith kill in this early game. And we're almost done with the first circle. Phase 2, let's see where that pops off to. The rest of Riot Squad slowly coming up behind, making their way up that hill, working those calbs.
I was going to say, one thing I will say, Rumbler's much later this time around. I'm not sure if that's a plane or a vehicle thing earlier game, but we actually saw them pretty much in between where we see Envy and Low Key right now in the previous game on the same circle at the same time. So interesting to note that. I'm not sure if that's they were more conscious of clearing their edge last time, but they did make it to the top 3. It didn't end up being a problem for them, but I mean, they're going to have to effectively rotate through SSG, Envy, and Zenith this time. Actually, as I say that, Patcaps springing onto Valier, getting the opening knock here. Terragate also looking for the second knock onto Headstraw. Alo stealing it away on Valier, so SSG losing one early.
They may lose 2. I don't know if Headstraw is savable right now. It looks like they're going to go for it.
Smoke in his hand. Jason's got a smoke in his
Jason's
hand.
getting ready for it, but this might be a little too much of an investment. If they lose a third off of this could be really problematic.
Please don't
the
go
smoke
for that.
also bounces to the side. Yeah, this is not good for J-Sync to grab. The shots from Interrogate's also going to put pressure.
And Baja's way off in the distance as well, so please don't go for this, Jason.
Don't do it. Just, yeah.
There we go. Okay, back off now. Back off.
Good. I'm like, in a way, Patcap's finishing Headstraw. In a way, Patcap's finishing Headstraw actually helped SSG because it removed any bait of trying to go for the revive. But yeah, SSG, what started off as an all right round last time crumbled, and now they're gonna have to make something off of a bad start once again.
I mean, we've seen this though. The only points SSG have really picked up on Sandhawk so far this phase has been on the back of Baja being the last up and picking up 4 kills, 5 kills, and we've seen that in kind of two games already. So. I mean, hopefully now the previous game didn't get too many points. They can do something now to salvage, but we'll have to see.
And look at where they're having to push into. They can't go into Envy, and so they're going to go more towards the north, but that's where Lazarus have a really good control over.
Yeah.
They're a little spread off, and so if they can catch one like Alo and Civil, that could be an unrevivable knock for them, but still it's out of the frying pan into the fire sort of thing. And that's the danger of coming in from a corner loot spot that SSG do, but United up against Wildcard. It's only Taylor J. Where's the rest of the squad? This could be bad. Pentalol, they're not aware of his position. He's aware of theirs. So he's just lying in waiting for them to peek over the ridge. And that's going to be shots.
I think that came from Stab, actually. That was Stab putting some pressure up there. So Taylor obviously calling out that there's people on him. Stab taking some other shots. Oh, no, Taylor's got back off now.
Not good. He's got to fall away. Gets to another rock. And the shot's coming in from distance. Puts a little bit of help on Taylor J, but peeks into 3, and he's going to get discovered as Rumbler's doing the kill feed. A lot of kills lighten up. Purdy Curdy also finds another one on SSG. It is just Jay Sank left. As we mentioned, pushing into this position is not going to bode well for Space Station.
Actually, yes, we just saw in the kill feed, Rumbler's getting picked apart by Loki here over on this northern quarry compound. Cherry now, obviously over the other side of the road. Loss is down. He's going to bleed. Loki picking up 3 easy kills onto Rumblers here. I'm not sure if Cherry's going to be able to find his way across this road.
Yeah, and once again, just a team running in the open. But I don't know if that's something you can avoid in the early game on Stanlock. In some ways, you have to make those gambles, and it just didn't work out this time around for the Rumblers, who had a really good week 2, and they've had an all right start. They got, what, 3rd place last round on Stanlock? But they really want to, you know, keep that rolling so they can climb up the leaderboards more and more, because it's certainly not the phase 2 Rumblers.
They told me today before we started they're going to finish first again.
Okay.
On the week. So I guess they're just banking on Sunday.
Or banking on the final 2 maps of the day. Stab now. They did lose Taylor J, unfortunately. But that also means that they can now just focus once again back down to the south onto Genesis.
But they have the information as well. They know the wildcard
Yes.
set up as 4 on top of that hill now. And obviously, United already occupying boot camp now with 3, and Stab being split off outside the compound actually causes some problems for wildcard, because wildcard have to anticipate. If they kill the solo there, they've got to assume that the other teams, the rest of the teammates are occupying the boot camp.
Circle's going to be basically dead center, and that Swamp Hill is still in play on the northern side, just parallel to boot camp. But on the southern end, we're looking at Riot Squad and Vanquish as well, trying to push up, finding a free compound. But it's on the edge.
Look, a rare sighting.
Well, they're finding their way into the next circle. They saw that it was free from the high ground position that they held. Cherry Poppins, in the meantime, pushing over here. Blue at his back. Jason just up to the north. He's got to just try and snake his way in, but it's only 12 minutes into the game. He has a long snaking in front of him. Spotting on information. Not going to take the shots just yet, of course. Jason may spot him, actually.
This is what I always love. There's 2 solos left up in this game right now, and they're more than likely going to run into each other.
Yep. It's about Cherry Poppins actually pushes away. Jason doesn't spot him just yet. There is that hill in the distance.
Jason's going to hear the shooting as well, though.
Shooting's not going towards Cherry, I don't think. He just hears a fight between Loki and Envy. And he's actually going to shoot towards them.
Envy, yeah.
This could give the information to Cherry. This could be good. This could give Cherry the opportunity to find at least 1 point in this round if he catches J-Sync off guard. But it's actually going to be 2 downs for a wild card. Looks like one got knocked. One tried to go for the revive and got knocked in return by Endemic. So what looked to be an all-right starting position by wild card is being unraveled.
Pistola's got no smoke as well. That's the reason we're not seeing a smoke get invested right now.
You got to get that knock. Adam's going to go down. Can't quite click the heads. 2 people are peeking him.
Something, not the rock.
It's a rough angle to hold, and actually, they weren't able to get Pentalol up either, and so Pistola and Kickstart, they're just going to retreat and try and make something else of it. I can imagine they're going to rotate around through boot camp. E United have vacated that area and grouped up where Stab's position was. But Pistola just on the retreat right now.
Again, though, I don't think they're going to be able to find their way. Well, they should be able to actually find their way, in behind E United right now. They should anticipate that E United aren't going to stay in boot camp. They're going to look for some space. Right now, this causes huge problems for E United. If they've given this up now and expected wildcard to have wrapped to the north, this could come back to be the downfall for them this game.
I like this by E United, though. They're not just holding that position. I was afraid that they would stay either all in boot camp or all in that one compound that Stab held, but they're pushing dead center, taking that hill. There's a small little piece of hard cover that they're utilizing. But J-Sync, where can he run? Just, once again, into Lazarus, and Lazarus looking back towards his direction.
Lazarus knows he's there.
Yeah. They've got to.
They obviously killed Baja earlier, so they're still anticipating that somebody's kind of snaking their way in behind them. Obviously, J-Sank's game plan right now just needs to be Lazarus protect me sort of thing, and I'll find a way in behind you.
It's strange. Usually you see 3 heads look towards the center of the circle and 1 head swinging up behind. Lazarus is doing the opposite. 3 heads are looking outside the circle, 1 holding center just to make sure they don't get flanked. But that shift, it's not on the screen just yet, so I don't want to say what it is. It's going to be a hard shift towards the northwest, right onto Genesis, and immediately you see Profi and H-Twin grouping up with K-Minded Nerf.
But I love this, though. Look at Maluk. Maluk is looking for that rotation out from the 2-2 split. Maluk actually watched Nerf regroup with the rest of Genesis. So Tempo are actually going to rotate north and get further towards the center of the circle.
Definitely a good heads-up play by them, and Ghost, they're trying to punish player 1's own rotation, and they want to get these kills now because space is running slim. Player 1 are forced to stop. They could try and take this fight against Ghost, though, instead of allowing themselves to get flanked, because I don't know what position they're going to hold. We got a bunch of teams coming in from the southeast side. Envy, Player One, Ghost, all going to get into a fight with each other.
Ghost now should look for something a bit further north, but I think they're perfectly aware of where Loki are held in, and they know that they haven't really got any other option to come out of Quarry other than that one dirt road. So Ghost probably going to do what we've seen them do a couple of times on Sanhok already, which is just to set up this lurking trap.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit harder to deploy effectively when you got shifted this far away from you, but they found success previously, so it makes sense that they're going to just stick to the game plan and not commit into an area that they have no clue what's going on. Lazarus pushing through. A little bit of damage on the Zenith already. It's a knock onto Walt Jr. It's just Patron and Roth left. A nade's going to come out, but it's a bit too early.
Halo just holding the angle here, waiting for Patron to peek. And actually, one of the teammates of Lazarus actually getting some damage onto Patron, so he's going to have to fall back behind the rock.
Roth here peeking around the side, trying to get a spray down pretty or the nade prime. But look at this, flooding by Lazarus.
Oh.
Patron goes down. Zenith are all eliminated. It's going to be Lazarus taking control of this hill, but they got to worry about multiple snakes behind them. McCoy also pushing in. They able to take care of Low-Key, who were eliminated in 15th place.
Up to 4 kills as well. This, again, good start for Ghost, but look at the minimap. They have huge problems ahead of them.
I mean, they've already been weakened, Envy and Player One. Oh, that's a snake lying there. It's the trap of Pat Kaplan. He's going to get found. The rat trap does get discovered. And Shrimsy's down, and the Blues rushing in too quickly for them to get the revive, but already 5 kills, and they're just going to push forward. They have the high ground above Player One, but Lampalot, will they flush him out? Will they find him? Riot Squad, in the meantime, is eliminated.
I don't know what just happened there.
And now Ghosts are also eliminated in the span of 2 seconds. Aguila with the flank, with the side position. And now it's just Pride. Can he stop the 3 remaining players of Player One to get into the circle? I have no clue.
and Cherry Poppins are still alive.
Lazarus, look behind you, please. Please find something. There's a lot of blue damage, though, so I can't imagine they're going to stay alive for too much longer. The circle's going to shift mid towards the south. Jason able to make his way inside the circle, but Cherry is discovered. The shot comes in by Crispier.
That's miles away.
They were able to see it, and Demic need to find as many points as they can because they got to push far from the north. But Lazarus, if they can get this revive, they have the meds to stay reasonably healthy, and they're going to have to push directly into E United. Pride. Not moving. This is good. Lazarus are shooting Player One, forcing them away. If Lazarus got a little more damage, maybe Pride could make something happen from this, but nonetheless, he is just lying in wait. He doesn't need to move far, and he's on the slow side of the circle.
Pride has got a rat trap set up.
Pretty Critty actually goes down by Shuru. Luke forced to prone. It's also Genesis, it looks like maybe with an angle onto them. It's hard to say exactly, but Lazarus are actually leaving this hill. They don't want to take this fight in the compound. They're actually going to push directly into Player One.
But yeah, P1E actually right now occupied with the res, so Lampalot tied up. It's just David that's kind of up and active right now for P1E. Aguila does get res. Lampalot now obviously down to the south. Lazarus need to push onto this now whilst the blue is closing so they have some space to play from.
3 still remaining for Lazarus. They come into the game with Player One, and David finds 1 knock, 1 flush. Stab goes down in the meantime, but what are the 2 remaining players of Lazarus going to do? David goes aggressive, can't find the angle onto Alo. Alo's forced to prone, takes damage from another angle. Lampalot and Aguila are still up to give support, but Civil goes aggressive, goes forward, but again, no knock. There it is, but he gets traded right in return. Alo's got to find something. He's got about 3 seconds before... Well, he found David, so that's just something he needed to find.
The blue's coming in now. I don't think he can get this res onto Uncivil, whereas P1E, Aguila gets the med off, and I think he's going to go for the res on Lampalot.
He's sticking it.
Is Alo going to stick this?
He needed to start sooner. He was waiting for the aggressive push by Player One.
So this is a good read from Aguila here that, you know, Alo wasn't going to go for the res or to push, so Alo now on the back foot, unfortunately, when this was down to just a 1v1.
But maybe he can revive himself. That's the second revive coming out from Player One. This could be huge for them. Alo still has to revive Uncivil, and he's biding his time just in case of an aggressive maneuver by either Player One or a third party. But that circle shift, only one team is inside, and it's Tempo Storm. And Demic versus Genesis. Genesis are spraying them all down. It is just Wolf. What can he do? Barrel in his hands, forced to run away. Shuru steals that kill. But Wolf, he's in a really bad situation. That turned from, I guess, all right to really awful. Alo, a nade, finds David. The fight between Lazarus and Player One continues. 2 down again. For player one, it's just Aguila standing once again. Now in a
going
1v2.
blind fishing again now with this last nade. Aguila going to pull away. He's going to find himself a spot in the edge of the circle. Lampo not going to bleed as well. So Lazarus up to 7 kills again.
Yeah, I mean, they're not in a position to win this game right now, but they're getting a lot of points nonetheless. Aguila now prone. Still not spotted out by Lazarus. The angle just hasn't been good enough. There he goes. Discovered. A couple of shots. No helmet. It's going to be a bad fight. He's got to find one, but he's under 22 HP. Peeking again.
Oh.
But double spray held down by Lazarus. They're going to find him, and now they have at least a little bit of space, but they have taken a lot of damage.
They have, yeah. And right now, they can play slow. They're going to have some time. United off to the north. Wolf as well, the solo, proned up at the edge, right next to United. So that's going to buy some time for Lazarus because United should be trying to clear this out. You can see, actually, they're completely unaware. They're looking elsewhere towards Genesis, and actually, Wolf is right in the line of fire right now.
Wolf lying prone. If United go too aggressive towards Genesis, he could be in a position to pick up 2 more kills. They already have 4 in 7th place. So it's an all-right game for Endemic.
We did miss it, though. Genesis actually making great use of time in there to swing around the back of Endemic, which, you know, Endemic were 4 up, pushing onto a United. Genesis pushed all the way out of their compound, off circle as well, off circle shift. Talking about circle shifts. Look at that.
Yep. I mean, it's center. So these teams should have planned for this. But yeah, Tempo Storm, only ones in the circle, and they have the only compound in the circle. I will say, 0 kills for Tempo Storm. I can't imagine with their position that they're going to give up to rush into the hills. This could be a low-point game for them, but Wolf is going to get found out. Doesn't even get a single knock, but Shuru's going aggressive. Genesis heard that fight, and they want to punish it. Nerf finds the first one. Tries to get a flush as well. K-Mine was dropped, though, from an off angle. That was actually by Shuru.
And there you go, Profit cleaning up Balefrost as well. So looks like K-Mine's probably going to bleed on the edge here. Actually, Keenan getting an open knock onto Tetra here. So Reno last one up for Vanquish. Luke getting one of the steals away as well.
Yeah, Sonics are still in this. Much better of a round for them. Not many kills so far, I can't imagine. But they can easily finish off Reno right now. But they are already deploying the smokes. They got to rush into some rock, some piece of cover without getting sprayed down by Tempo Storm because the blue is pushing in onto them. Wooly has the angle onto Reno. But they're all hiding behind the only piece of cover they can find. Reno finds one.
Reno
finds Keenan. How is he able to peek that without Wooly punishing it? The nade's prepped though. He's getting the second spray. He gets the second knock.
He's on the nade.
That's huge. Ooh, no, the nade does come out. He's going to get found by Tony V, but he still deals a lot of damage to the Sonics. Tony V, and that's Tiggleton down. It's just Tony V remaining. He's behind a rock. But this should be an easy spray down by Tempo Storm. But in the meantime, from the east side of things, Genesis are eliminated by Tempo Storm, and it is still Lazarus making their way into the late game.
So Lazarus now just need to bide their time. If they can get an opening to come onto this compound, they should push it. But right now, yeah, Tempo shutting down Sonics. Now it's all onto Lazarus to try and make an advance on this compound. Tempo are going to be 4 strong. No, sorry, they're not. No, Maluk actually went down, so they're only 3 strong.
So they lost 2. But they're so much closer towards the center. I wanted to find a way to give Lazarus some advantage in this engagement or something that they could turn into their favor, but the blue is already on their back.
They got to run from any utility cover either. Yeah, that's the big thing.
Because they fought so much with those teams on the southeast side. Ayla already taken down. I don't know, do you call? Oh, that's the start of something maybe, but Civil going down. This is, yep, die to blue. Don't give any more points their way. And Tempo Storm, another win, only 6 kills. But I mean, a win's a win, and they held that center position. They played for this win condition.
They did, and the thing is, you can tell how rehearsed they are with what they want to do and the compounds they want to prioritize. So obviously coming out there, taking the exact same compound they did in the previous game, that time the circle being a defining factor.
But also, Lazarus, time and time again, they're not winning these standoff rounds, but they are getting kills while they play through it.
I mean, it's impressive to see. Again, similar setup from Lazarus. They had this early game mishap with Wildcard, which, you know, fair play to Uncivil to get out, get out of dodge there and regroup with his team, keep him 4 up. But they were just so active on the north side and picking up these what should have been scrappy team fights. They were still coming out on top.
Yeah. We know Microstar here is happy with Tempo Storm's yet another win. I have lost count on how many wins they've had.
Well, he smiled at me.